Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today we are going to talk about Christmas book exchange books. I had someone ask me if I could talk about or show the Christmas books that I still have that I have not read yet from the ones that I've exchanged with some friends, and I thought that was a great idea. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, for the past 2 years, I have done a Christmas book exchange with some of my BookTube friends. The first year that we did it was in 2018, and I did it with Lisa from Books and Smiles, who unfortunately no longer makes videos, but as far as I know, she's doing well still, and Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library. And then we did an exchange where it was kind of an Advent type thing where we did 25 books for each person. That was a lot. So we literally unwrapped 20 or 50 books on camera for you guys a piece. So it was a lot. And then last year in 2019, Lindsay and I did it with Krista from Books and Jams. And instead of doing 25 a piece, we did 12 a piece instead, kind of like the 12 Days of Christmas type thing, instead of 25. 25 was a little bit much for us, we thought. So we bumped it down to 12, and that was much more manageable. And so the whole premise behind it is that, we're giving to each other, and it's a fun Christmas, video idea, and we unwrap them on camera so we see the reactions and everything. And it's also, kind of one big book recommendation as well, because we're collecting books that we feel the other person would really like, and so we're recommending things to them. And so that's kind of how we treat it as we present it as well, because, if you have the same type of book taste as me, maybe you'll like them as well. A lot of times we will open books that we've never heard of, so we do some research on them, and then we get really excited about it, and then you guys hear about some different books as well instead of just the new bright shiny books. We get a lot of backlist stuff, so it's been a really, really fun thing. If you have not seen any of those videos, I do have a playlist that I will link down below if you guys want to see those and witness them over the past 2 years. And we are gearing up for round 3, me and Lindsay and Krista. So that will be coming up in December. Very excited. Okay, so I do want to show you what I have still to read from the past 2 years. So it's going to be a lot of books. I've not read as much as I really, really wanted to. So I'm not going to go into any synopsis on any of them. I'm just going to show them to you really quickly, who sent them to me, which year, all that good stuff. And so these live on a TBR cart up in my living room. So I look at them every single day. But I have been a little bit better about getting to the ones that were sent last year. I've read quite a few of those. So, all right, but here's what I have left. Okay, we will start from the books that were sent to me in 2018. These were sent to me from Lisa. So keep in mind, we did send 25 books a piece that year. So from the 25 books that she sent me, I still have 13 sitting on my shelf that I would like to read. So first one is Burying the Honeysuckle Girls by Emily Carpenter. After Anna by Alex Lake. The Long and Far Away Gone by Lou Burney. Life or Death by Michael Robotham. Lying in Wait by Liz Nugent. The Rattled Bones by S.M. Parker. The Summer That Melted Everything by Tiffany McDaniel. The Deepest Secret by Carla Buckley. Daisy in Chains by Sharon Bolton. I Am Pilgrim by Terry Hayes. Since We Fell by Dennis Lehane. Here and Gone by Halen Beck. And Emma in the Night by Wendy Walker. Okay, so those are the ones from Lisa that I still have. Now the next pile is big, and it's going to be the ones from Lindsay from 2018. I still have 18 here. Yeah, 18. Oh, man. Okay. First one here is The Japanese Lover by Isabel Allante. The Coincidence of Coconut Cake by Amy Reichart. Still Alice by Lisa Genova. The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry by Rachel Joyce. Alex Cross's Trial by James Patterson. Sister Dear by Laura McNeil. Finding Rebecca by Ian Dempsey. The Life We Bury by Alan Eskins. The Good Girl by Mary Kubica. Radium Girls by Kate Moore. Distant Shores by Kristen Hanna. 1,000 White Women by Jim Fergus. The Young Widower's Handbook by Tom McAllister. The Secret Keeper by Kate Morton. The Other Daughter by Lauren Willig. The House I Loved by Tatiana de Rosnay. The Address by Fiona Davis. And Under the Wide and Starry Sky by Nancy Horan. And this one got messed up in my move. I was so mad. Okay, so those are the ones that came from Lindsay in 2018. I still have way too many of them because every single book I just touched, I was like, oh, I want to read it. Next two piles are much smaller because we went down to 12 instead of 25. So, and I have read quite a few from each pile. So this next one is going to be from Krista from 2019. The ones I still have to read are An Invisible Thread by Laura Schroff and Alex Trzanowski. The Haunting of Maddie Clare by Simone St. James. I should probably pull this. It's October. And this is like a ghost story. I should set this aside. The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. Dating You, Hating You by Christina Lauren. Shanghai Girls by Lisa C. The Circle by Dave Eggers. Before I Go to Sleep by S.J. Watson. And Her One Mistake by Heidi Perks. So that was 8 books, still from last year for Krista. And then the last pile here is going to be from Lindsay from last year. And for this one, I still have 10 books to read. But first one up is Dear Fahrenheit 451 by Annie Spence. The Magician's Lie by Greer McAllister. Case Histories by Kate Atkinson. The One Memory of Flora Banks by Emily Barr. He's Gone by Deb Coletti. City of Women by Dave R. Gillum. The Paying Guest by Sarah Waters. The Summer Wives by Beatrice Williams. Dreams of Joy by Lisa C., which is actually the sequel to Shanghai Girls, so they kind of coincided. That was pretty cool. And the last one is An Unwanted Guest by Sherry LaPena. So 10 books from Lindsay from last year still. So definitely doing better on reading some of the books from last year. It might be because they're on the top of my cart because they're the most recent. And I'm going to need to kind of shift some things around because we are gearing up to actually wrapping up the books for this year and sending them to each other. We want to try to do that before the month of December, obviously. And with number 1, the election coming up, and number 2, how slow the mail already is, adding in the election with all the mail-in ballots that are happening, it's going to take a little bit longer for them to get to each other. So we're starting the process right now of actually kind of like wrapping them up and getting them out. We're trying to do that before the end of October. So it is coming up again. Very, very excited about it. We're doing 12 again. And yeah, so those are all the books that I still have to read from Advent. And I do keep them together on a cart. I don't sit them into my shelves until I read them. But yeah, it's a lot. I still have a lot. And we actually, Krista and Lindsay and I started out 2020 saying, let's read 2 books a month and then maybe we could get them all read this year and blah, 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 blah. And yeah. And none of us did it. Nope. Not a single one of us did that. So, yeah, I don't know. But there's a couple here that when I put my hands on them, I was like, oh, I really want to read that. So I think I'm going to pull them and put them on my nightstand and see if I can get those read here soon. Definitely kind of 2 really, really stood out to me. So, all right, that is my updated Christmas book exchange TBR, if you will. The books I still have that are on my TBR that I have not read yet from our exchanges over the years. And let me know if you guys have any other questions. And if you want to see the playlist again of us kind of explaining it, unwrapping the presents and all that stuff, I will leave my playlist link down below. And I do have all the other channels linked in those videos too. So you can definitely go check them out as well. And I hope you enjoyed it. So get ready for round 3 coming up here soon in December. And we will see you guys again very soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.